If you're over 40, want to start on YouTube, but you're worried that it won't work for you, then let me tell you about my brother, Zach. He's 50 years old, he spent 30 years working in the trades, and his body was breaking down from all that physical work. And last summer, we went on vacation together, and he pulled me aside one night and he asked me, how can I make money without destroying my body anymore? And I looked him straight in the eye and I said, YouTube. Of course, right? Because I'm a YouTuber. And he laughed at first, but I was dead serious. And he had every excuse, every objection you can think of. I think I'm too old. I don't think I'm good on camera. I'm not good with technical stuff. I don't really know that much about YouTube or social media because I didn't grow up with it. And I told him that none of that mattered and I would coach him on how to grow on YouTube. And I pretty much guaranteed that he would be successful. But at first he didn't take me up on it because all these excuses were going through his mind. He got really busy, etc., etc. But eventually he reached out to me and said, let's give it a try. We uploaded his very first video and 29 days later, he had a $214 day. That's over $70,000 a year run rate. Then less than 3 months later, he had a $447 day. That's $160,000 a year run rate. And that's just from YouTube AdSense alone, AKA the ads that show up on your channel. He's also making lots of sales from affiliate marketing. And he's doing all of this from YouTube videos at 50 years old. So listen up. YouTube has never been easier for people over 40. And I'm about to show you exactly why you need to start right now because this opportunity might not last forever. So if you appreciate me making these types of videos, let me know by gently tapping that like button and let's jump into it right now. So reason number one that you need to start right now if you're over 40 years old is that older demographics are on YouTube and they're engaged. So let me hit you with some common sense first, and then let me also give you some data too. Generally speaking, people like to watch content from other people that they relate to. Just as an example, a lot of the time, women will watch content from other women. Men, generally speaking, will watch content from other men. Younger people will watch content from other younger people. And older people like to watch content from other older people. Now, the only problem is there isn't that many older people making content, and there's a significant amount of older people that are watching content. And so this is a supply and demand imbalance. Now, I think this is pretty much common sense, but let me hit you with some data to back this up as well. 83% of people aged 50 to 64 own smartphones. And even 61% of people over 65 also have smartphones. And every single year, more and more older people are getting smartphones where they can watch YouTube. Now, what's even more interesting is Gen X and baby boomers say that their phone is essential, their most important device. And they buy almost all their groceries online now. And these also aren't passive viewers. They use social media with purpose. They're not always just killing time like younger users. And you'll also get different data from different sources, but generally speaking, 40 to 50 and above own 80% of the wealth in the United States, meaning advertisers want to advertise to that demographic, and they'll pay top dollar to do so, sometimes 3 to 5 times more than advertising to a younger demographic. All right, quick break. This Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I'm hosting a free live workshop called Make Money with YouTube, YouTube Secrets. At this workshop, I'm gonna be giving away my brand new tool, 30-second scriptwriter, for free. This is a lightning fast content creation tool that I've been working on. It's powered by GPT, trained on thousands of hours of my teaching, my philosophy, scripts, and coaching sessions, and with it, you can generate a ready-to-use YouTube script in as little as 30 seconds. And I'm giving it away for this one time only at the workshop. So make sure you show up, click the link in the description or the pinned comment below, and when you're done registering, make sure to click on add this to your calendar so it'll show up in your Google, Apple, or Outlook calendar in order to get our GPT. Now, you'll also be able to ask me questions live, so I look forward to meeting you. See you Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. And so if you make content specifically for the 40 plus demographic, you will likely get paid significantly more money per 1,000 views. And YouTube has an incentive to push your content more because there's a lot of advertisers who want to show ads on your videos. Now, that's not something that YouTube publicly admits, but I've done a lot of different split tests, and it's pretty obvious that they tend to push content more that makes more money per 1,000 views, AKA has a higher RPM or revenue per melee, which is revenue per 1,000 views. Now, let me show you some different examples of channels that are targeted towards seniors. There's Senior Zone. They have about 109,000 subscribers, and this video from 3 months ago got about 1 million views. Now, this is pretty much an AI-generated channel. It's really honestly not that good, no offense to them, but the content is pretty mediocre. And just about anyone could come in, make real content that's not AI generated that would do significantly better than this content, especially if you're on the older side, and therefore you relate to that demographic and they're more likely to know, like, and trust you and watch you more. And yeah, this channel basically just covers basic things like foods to eat, foods to avoid, that kind of thing. And they're getting hundreds of thousands of views per video. And these viewers aren't passive, they are actively engaged. Like, look at all these comments that people are leaving on the video. And to be honest, like I said before, no offense to this channel, but the videos are pretty mediocre. But people are still leaving a lot of comments and they seem to be pretty happy with it. And this video alone, for instance, that got 1 million views, there's a tool called ViewStats that estimates how much revenue they made from the ads that popped up on their channel. And they made about $5,000 from a single video. Now, ViewStats is about 3 times off on my channel. My channel usually makes about 3 times more than what ViewStats says. And I would imagine for this audience, an older audience that is much more likely to have money, the advertisers are going to pay premium to get in front of. This video likely made more like $15,000 to $25,000. But on the extremely conservative side, this channel is making $2,000 to $5,000 a month. And I'd be willing to bet that they're probably making more like $10,000 to $30,000 a month. Now, the second reason I want to go over is that older audiences equals more buying power. Because yes, you can make money just from AdSense alone, and that's great, don't get me wrong. In fact, on my main channel, I've had $70,000 months just from AdSense alone. But where it gets really interesting is that people over 40 have serious buying power, aka they can actually buy stuff from you from your videos, right? So you're not just stuck making money from AdSense. There's many other ways you can make money from your videos. You could sell physical products, digital products, you can do sponsorships, you can do affiliate marketing, where you basically just mention someone else's product, put a link to it in your description, and then if someone else ends up clicking on that link and buying the product, you get a small percentage of the sale. And I found some major studies about this, and let me break down the numbers really quick. So according to Fidelity's 2024 data, the average net worth of age 45 to 54 is about $975,000, almost $1 million. And then for ages 55 to 64, it jumps to 1.57 million. Empower's data shows similar numbers. People in their 40s average about $700,000 net worth. And on top of that, globally, just 15% of older consumers feel represented in the advertising that they see. So they've got 80% of the money, but only about 15 to 20% of people are doing a good job advertising to them, or at least 15 to 20% of them feel like they're represented. So let me show you a perfect example. Here's Kate Jackson from the channel The Last Homely House. She started on YouTube at 61 years old, and she basically started by just filming crafts and rural life, and now she has about 248,000 subscribers. And she launched an online shop, and she's now making a full-time income from YouTube.
Quick break, this video is sponsored by me. Most of you don't know that I actually have my own coaching program on personal branding and then growing and making money on YouTube. And this is good for complete beginners, maybe even people who just want to get a job by growing their personal brand, all the way up to people who are very advanced on YouTube. And they get to work directly with myself and my team to help them reach their goals. Now, we are opening up 3 to 5 spots, and this is pretty rare. We usually don't have these open. We usually only limit them to select people. But we're opening up 3 to 5 spots, and you can check those out down in the description and the pinned comment below. And in this program, you'll get to work directly with myself and other people who are highly successful on YouTube. Just as an example, Sean was able to go all the way from being stuck, not making very much money on his channel, to making over $500,000 a month. Now, that's an example of one of my more advanced students, but there's lots of examples of people who started off from scratch and they got to 5K a month, 10K a month, etc. So check that out down in the description and the pinned comment below.
So she doesn't reveal how much she's making. She just says she's making a full-time income, which is probably a smart thing to do. It's usually never a good idea to flex. But according to ViewStats, which, like I said, is 3 times off for my channel, she's making about $2.6 to $7.3 thousand a month. I would be willing to bet that's probably 3 times more at least. So she's probably making anywhere from about $7.5 thousand to $25,000 a month. And that's just from AdSense alone. Her online shop, where she sells various different crafting items or tools to do your own crafting, likely makes significantly more than that. If she's monetizing it correctly, she's probably making 5 times more from her online shop than she's making from AdSense. And remember my brother Zach? Well, he's getting pretty close to 20,000 subscribers now. And 29 days after uploading his very first video, he had a $214 day, got over 750,000 views. By the time you watch this video, it might even be to 1 million. And to be completely honest, his first video wasn't all that good. Many people commented that it looked like it was made with AI and that he was really stiff on camera and it sounded very monotone. But it didn't matter, because less than 3 months after starting his channel, he had a $447 day. And he's making money from affiliate marketing completely passively as well. Every time he gets a sale from affiliate marketing, he makes a few $100s. Now, by the way, if you want to keep up to date on Zach, if you want to see exactly how we helped him blow his channel up with the very first video that we posted on his channel, then attend my live training this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And this brings us to the next reason why you should start if you're on YouTube over 40, which is you don't need a perfect niche, right? And this is what stops so many people from starting on YouTube is they think they have to discover their niche before they get started. But the truth is when people see older faces on YouTube, they stop, right? They stop scrolling immediately because your face stands out in a sea of 20 somethings. Sure, having a niche helps, but you can start uploading today. And your age alone gives you a massive advantage. Let me show you what I mean. Look at this channel called M&J Metal. This guy made a video about pickle Pepsi and specifically how to make pickle Pepsi at home. Now, if you're not familiar with what pickle Pepsi is, I don't blame you. I wasn't either. But KFC apparently is kind of doing a collaboration with Pepsi where they made this special drink called pickle Pepsi. And it's like, I guess, pickles juice combined with Pepsi. Very odd, and at this time, I think it's only released in Canada and certain locations in the United States, but it has gotten a lot of attention. And this gentleman, M&J Metal, basically just made a video showing you how you can create pickle Pepsi yourself. And the video got 1.5 million views in 10 days. Now, this was the most basic video I've ever seen. It looked like it was recorded on a Nokia phone from the early to mid 2000s. The audio wasn't good, the video wasn't good, the thumbnail is just a still shot from the video. And he gained 27,000 subscribers from this video in just 4 days. And ViewStats estimates that just from AdSense, just from the ads that pop up on his channel, he made $7,000. And I would be willing to bet that he made significantly more than that. And that's just in the first 10 days. $7,000 in 10 days from making a few minute video, doing a super basic tutorial on how to make pickle Pepsi. Not bad. Now, the reason he did so well is because of his age. No offense to him, but the video itself wasn't that good. The reason he did so well is just simply because there's a massive amount of demand for older people to make content, and there's not a lot of supply for older people making that content. It's that simple. Supply and demand. That's how the universe works. Now, the next reason number 4, why you absolutely need to start on YouTube if you're over 40 is that life experience equals instant authority. So here's something that younger creators can't fake. And by the way, I just want to say this really quickly. The vast majority of people on social media are younger, right? Like they grew up with social media and it's a lot easier for them to figure out how to do it. So obviously the vast majority of them are under 40 years old. But something that younger creators can't fake is life experience. Now, the truth is you can look up just about anything, basic information for just about anything on ChatGPT or even Google. But one thing you cannot look up on ChatGPT is life experience and wisdom. And if you're over 40, you've lived through decades. Decades of knowledge, decades of mistakes, decades of wins and lessons. And that's instant authority on YouTube. Look at Bernard Albertson's channel just as an example. He records himself giving advice to young people. And the video is called An Old Man's Advice. And that video earned $149,000. $149,000 from one video. And it got 29 million views. And the funny thing is, about a year later, he did the same exact thing. He uploaded another video called A Old Man's Advice. That video got 17 million views. And it made about $86,000. So he was making about one advice video yearly, and that was covering his entire living expenses. And by the way, I'm giving examples from a lot of guys, but it's just as true for women as well. Just as an example, Maggie McCormick. Her channel's recently taken off. She's got over 200,000 subscribers. And one of her best videos was, it took me 30 plus years to realize what I'll tell you in 10 minutes. And in this video, she shares experiences that took her 30 years to learn. And from this video alone, she's made about $29,000 according to ViewStats. And remember, this is probably underestimating, and it's not counting the money that she makes in other ways as well, which if she's properly monetizing her channel, she's gonna be making 3 to 5 times more from the links in her description and other monetization methods. methods. But it's not just her. Look at Simon Alexander Ong. He's recently blown up as well. He's got about 170,000 subscribers, and he basically just gives advice to his younger self. He talks a lot about self-improvement, minimalism, and just practical life lessons in general. And one of his videos that blew up is titled, "I'm 40. If you're in your 20s or 30s, watch this." And it got 3.8 million views. And he recorded this video on his 40th birthday, and he ended up making at least $19,000 from this video. So my whole point here is your age is a superpower. So you need to use it. And really everything about you that makes you unique is a superpower, because there's going to be tons of other people out there that relate to you because they're similar to you. All right, let's move on to reason number 5 that you absolutely need to start if you're over 40 on YouTube, which is starting has never been simpler. You do not need editing skills. You don't need fancy equipment. Raw, authentic videos with no editing or very little editing are what's working best on YouTube right now. Now, that wasn't true just a few years ago. Just a few years ago, if you wanted to be competitive on YouTube, you had to basically do what's known as retention editing, which means your videos had to have stuff happening on the screen at all times to hold people's attention. But that is no longer the case. Now, raw, authentic videos are crushing it more than anything else. And so the barrier to entry has never been lower. Just look at Dry Creek Wrangler School. He's an older gentleman who lives on a farm, and he just sets up his camera or his phone around the farm, and he's grown using completely raw videos. No B-roll, no animations, just him talking to a camera. And his thumbnails are still images pulled from his videos. Nothing fancy at all. This video, for instance, got over 7.6 million views, and it's called "When You Just Ain't Got It All Together." Now, you can hear the background noise, so the audio's not that good. There's no jump cuts. It's all just one continuous take. And he made $37,000 from this video that took him 16 minutes to record and probably about another 15 minutes to upload. So $37,000 for 30 minutes of work, not bad. By the way, if you're confused about how to do that, if you're confused about how to make videos, definitely attend my live training this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss out on it. I'll only be going over this information one time, and I'll only be giving away the AI tool that makes everything super easy one time. So do not miss out on it. Make sure you put it on your calendar. Links in the description in the pinned comment below to sign up. But reason number 6 that you absolutely need to start on YouTube if you're over the age of 40 is that it's never too late. Let me tell you about a client I consulted with, RJ. Now, he started uploading on the Unretired channel about a month ago from the time of recording this video, and his niche is helping people navigate life after retirement, which is laser targeted. And in just 30 days, he crossed 2,000 subscribers, and his videos pull 20 to 30,000 views each. And he's already building a loyal audience of people in their 50s and their 60s, and he's making content specifically for them, and they finally feel seen. Think about it. He's not making viral stunts. He's not chasing trends. He's just sharing his perspective on retirement, and it's working. Millions of people retire early every single year, and they're desperate for voices like his. And RJ proves something important. If you're 40, 50, 60, or beyond, your story is the niche. And YouTube rewards that. So yeah, millions of people retire every year, and they are desperate for voices like his. And this isn't just about the money for retirement. It's also about lifestyle. Like, how are you going to actually enjoy your retirement, right? He covers all these topics on his channel. And if you're 40, 50, 60, or beyond, your story is the niche, right? YouTube rewards that. Now, if you want results like RJ or my brother Zach, if you want to get monetized in a month, if you want to get YouTube figured out without spending years in the trenches trying to figure it out on your own, then go ahead and book a call with myself and my team down in the description and the pinned comment below. We can only work with a small amount of people per month, but we do have an exclusive coaching program where we will teach you exactly how to do this. So on this call, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be. We'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together or not. But only book a call if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube. If you're not serious, if you just want to kind of dip your toe in, then keep watching my videos. Also attend my live trainings, because I have a philosophy of giving way more value than I receive, and you will get a ton of value just by watching my videos or attending my live trainings. But if you want to grow your YouTube channel and grow it really fast and also monetize very quickly as well, then you're going to want to join my coaching program. So you can check that out down in the description in the pinned comment below. Also, if you just want to dip your toe in, see how it works, check out the live training down in the description in the pinned comment below too. Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Put it on your calendar. Don't miss out on it. And also check out this video right here where I talk about how I grew and monetized my own channel. And you can check that out by clicking right here.